Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to your favorite show, the Cricket Happening Show today. In this Cricket Happening Show, well, we would be definitely starting off with the Commonwealth Ashes Test Series. It was day 2 in the fourth Test match here played at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, well, this is the first time that in this Commonwealth Ashes Test Series that England have dominated the day, whereby England they themselves were they wound up quickly, in the sense they were 226 for 6, as you know, overnight, but it was pretty quick work done by Mitchell Johnson, who actually got a 5-wicket bag and now has 28 wickets in this 3.5 matches that has gone around, what it did is it actually got England bowled out for 255, but the English bowlers stuck to their task. It was a wonderful exhibition of bowling by James Anderson, Broad, Stokes, Bresnan. Everybody did their job by picking up wickets at regular intervals, and that reduced Australia with a backs to the wall situation in this match, whereby they were 164 for 9 at close of play on the second day of the fourth Test match of the Commonwealth Ashes Test match here at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, and so Australia are trailing by 91 runs. So I'll be talking about that, and then we will look at the India versus South Africa match, where day 2 happened to be South Africa's for sure, because India, as you know, yesterday when rain stopped play on the first day, they were nicely placed at 181 for 1 with Murli Vijay and Virat Kohli pretty well, in fact Pujara very well settled, but Murli Vijay once again missing the mark. As you know, he has not been able to get a century overseas under his belt, and today too the similar thing happened, but it was all in the main to Dale Steyn, who not only disallowed Murli Vijay to get to his first overseas Test century, but on the other hand, what he did, he totally went after the Indians with some very good bowling, and this was the first time that Dale Steyn, even though the pitch was not of much assistance, he bowled splendidly. They took the second new ball, and that was the one which brought the doom of India, as India were all out for 334, with Dale Steyn not looking the Dale Steyn that he was, but in this particular match, what he did, he bowled superbly. He bowled a lot of short deliveries, got the batsman guessing, got the batsman to put some doubt in the batsmen's minds, and Dale Steyn had a wonderful exhibition of pace bowling here by bowling 30 overs 9 minutes, 100 runs, and he took 6 wickets and reduced India. India were 334 all out, and the South African openers had 82 runs towards the close of play on day 2 of this Test match at Kingsmead in Durban, with Graham Smith and Peterson looking pretty solid by chiseling a partnership of 82 runs towards the close of play. Well, I will be talking about that, and also one match which has just finished right now, and the news that is coming in from United Arab Emirates is that Pakistan have definitely won the series, but they didn't win it 4-1. They won it 3-2, as it looked like Sri Lanka were in a losing position. But the good thing for them was Dinesh Chandimal, the vice captain, was at the crease. He did his job, showing a lot of composure, remaining 64 not out of 70 balls with 1-4 and 1-6. But the unlikely hero who actually made it possible for Sri Lanka to win that match was Ajanta Mendis, because in an over of Umar he hit one stupendous 6. Not only that, he was the one man who actually hit the winning run, and that's what enabled Sri Lanka to win by 2 wickets with 2 balls remaining in the final one-day international of the series, with Ajanta Mendis not out on 19 of 14 balls with 2 4s and 1 6 that he hit off the bowling of Umar, and that would have made any frontline batsman proud, because it was a wonderful shot from Ajanta Mendis. One would have never expected. Umar was absolutely stunned, because it was a short delivery, and in fact Ajanta Mendis gave himself room outside the leg stump and slammed Umar over extra cover for a 6. Now that is something which only Probably one would have expected Chandimal to play that stroke, but Umar would have been definitely stunned, because he was definitely stunned. The first ball that he bowled in the 49th over with Sri Lanka requiring 18 runs required of the last 12 balls. In fact, it was Chandimal who tonked Umar Gul for a 6 over mid-wicket, and then Ajanta Mendis doing that in a wonderful way, in a much better way than what Chandimal did. And as I said, it was a stupendous shot, and that was, according to me, the real turning point in the game, because that 6 really settled matters for Sri Lanka. And finally Ajanta Mendis got Anwar Ali into the fence by finishing off the match. Well, I'll be talking about that, but so first let us go on to the Ashes and see what really happened there. Well, as you know, England resumed at the overnight score at the Melbourne Cricket Ground on day 2 of this 4th Test match at 226 for 6, and I mean, there was absolutely no time wasted as Mitchell Johnson, as the ball was fairly new, and Mitchell Johnson struck pretty quickly. In fact, he got Bresnan with a ball that climbed on him, took his shoulder of the bat, and Bresnan was gone. That was the first wicket to go. After that, it was the turn of Peterson. Peterson had actually slammed Johnson for a boundary, and then Johnson tested him outside the off stump. But later on, it was a stroke probably one would not have expected Peterson to play under the circumstances, because at that time the score read 231 for 7, and Stuart Broad was joining him, and Peterson was batting on 71. And what Peterson tried to do is tried to give room for himself and slam Johnson, but Johnson's pace was pretty quick for Peterson, and Peterson lost his stumps to Johnson. And according to me, that was not a stroke that Peterson should have been playing, for the simple reason that Stuart Broad definitely has the abilities. He's an all-rounder in the team, and he definitely has the ability to bat. But well, Kevin Peterson threw his wicket away. I thought clean bowled by Johnson for 71 with 5 fours and 1 6. After that, it was pretty quick work as Broad got a toe crusher from Johnson once again, LBW for 11 with 2 fours, and then Monty Panesar showing his stumps, in fact leaving the ball from Nathan Lyon, thinking that it is going to go outside the off stump, but instead the ball went on to hit the stump. So he was gone for 2. Anderson remained not out on 11, and that was it. England were all out for 255. Johnson, as I said, 28 wickets in this series now. In the Ashes Test series, Johnson 24 overs, 4 maidens, 63 runs and 5 wicket back once more. What a splendid bowler he is turning out to be, in the sense what a series Johnson is having. I mean, I would say this Ashes Test series has been totally dominated, even though Australia have been winning, thanks in the main to Mitchell Johnson, who was bowled in a line-hearted way. Ryan Harris 24 overs and 8 maidens, 47 runs and 2 wickets for him. Peter Siddle 23 overs, 7 maidens, 1 for 50. Nathan Lyon 1 for 67 of 22.2 overs, 3 maidens, and Watson 1 for 11. As far as Australia were concerned, well, Australia started off, didn't start off, in fact Warner started off in brisk fashion, but David Warner, trying to flick Anderson, got the splice of the blade, got the ball on the splice of the blade, and the ball actually went up in the air, but it was really, the ball was really spinning, and David Bairstow, the wicketkeeper, had to really keep a cool, calm head to take that catch, and he did so. So that was the first wicket to go. David Warner caught Bairstow, bowled Anderson for 9 with 2 fours, and Australia were 19 for 1. Shane Watson came in and joined Chris Rogers. At that time, Ben Stokes was into the attack, and Ben Stokes was bowling well, and immediately got the reward as Shane Watson went for an ugly waft outside the off stump, and Bairstow behind the stumps did the rest, and he was gone. Caught Bairstow, bowled Stokes for 10, which made the score 36 for 2, and then Michael Clarke joined Chris Rogers. Chris Rogers was the one who was also hit on the helmet by Stuart Broad, but definitely Chris Rogers hung on along with Michael Clarke and pushed the score on to 62 before James Anderson got a ball to Michael Clarke, and Michael Clarke shouldering arms to a ball from Anderson. The ball went on to come and hit his off stump, so that was something which was pretty surprising to see, Michael Clarke shouldering arms. So he was gone for 10, real misjudgment from Michael Clarke there. He was gone 62 for 3 when Clarke left, and after that Stephen Smith was caught by Bell of the bowling of Broad for 19 with 3 fours, which made it 110 for 4. Rogers was the highest scorer. He has done all the hard work. He was grinding it out there, but and also played some very good cover drives. But Bresnan was the one who actually picked up his wicket, and Chris Rogers was gone. Caught Peterson bowled Bresnan for 61 with 8 fours, and then Bailey didn't trouble the scorers at all. After scratching for 19 deliveries, he was gone, caught behind the bowling of Anderson for a duck, and then finally it was Brad Haddin at the crease. But Brad Haddin, he did his job of taking Australia to 164 for 9 at close of play. But couldn't get the much needed support that he got in the previous test matches from Mitchell Johnson, Ryan Harris, and Mitchell Johnson this time was a victim of Bresnan for 2. Harris was gone off the bowling of Broad for 6, and Peter Siddle was also out to Broad for a duck, and that made Australia score. I mean, that was stumps. When the wicket of Peter Siddle was gone, stumps were declared, and Stuart Broad will resume his 4th delivery on the 3rd day morning here at the MCG with Ryan Harris, Brad Haddin once again showing a lot of pluck and determination, and in fact hitting a lot of boundaries, 5 fours and 1 6 in his knock of an unbeaten 43. He's unconquered on 43 with 5 fours and 1 6. But Australia definitely, for the first time in this series, I would say that they are really having a backs to the wall situation here. They have 164 for 9 in reply to England's 255 all out. That's the situation on day 2 at the MCG. Anderson 16 overs 4 maidens, 3 for 50, bowled well today. He was a much changed bowler. They really made good use of the pitch, in the sense they really bowled in the good areas. And Stuart Broad also bowling a lot of short ones and using it in a very nice manner. 16.3 overs 5 minutes, 30 runs and 3 wickets, sharing the spoils there. Ben Stokes also looked impressive with his bowling. 14 overs 4 maidens, 1 for 38. Tim Bresnan 18 overs 6 minutes, 2 for 24, actually throttled this Australian batting by not giving them any freebies. And Monty Panesar bowled 9 overs 2 minutes, none for 18. So that is the match situation as far as the day 2 is concerned of the 4th Ashes Test match here. And now let's go and look at what happened between India and South Africa. India resuming at the overnight score of 181 for 1, probably thinking that Murali Vijay will go on to a century, but unfortunately that was not to be. Dale Steyn was absolutely pumped up. He was bowling beautifully today. As I said, the new bowlers also there, so that really gave an added edge to South Africa. And well, as far as India innings is concerned, well, India were all out for 334. As I said, the feature being Dale Steyn bowling superbly, 30 overs 9 maidens, 100 runs and 6 wickets. He used the short ball to good effect, and he really bowled with lots of pace and really harried the batsman every time. Murali Vijay was caught trying to put a ball, in the sense he was trying to put the ball through the leg side. De Villiers taking the catch. De Villiers took a lot of catches, and he took some brilliant catches as well. And Murali Vijay once again has to wait for his first overseas Test century, as he was gone for 97, but he had 18 boundaries in that knock. Pretty sad there. Pujara was sucked in by Dale Steyn outside the off stump, as De Villiers took the catch behind. He was gone for 70 with 9 fours. And then Rohit Sharma, a real shocker, shouldering arms to a delivery from Dale Steyn, which in fact Virat Kohli contributed 46 with 5 fours before Morkel actually had him caught behind. Rohit Sharma, it was a real shocker, because Rohit Sharma did some real misjudgment, shouldering arms to a delivery from Dale Steyn, which went on and knocked off the middle stump, so he was gone for a duck. Ajinkya Rahane was the only saving face for India. Ajinkya Rahane even though he survived a torrid time against Dale Steyn's thunderbolts, and Dale Steyn kept on, a lot of banter going on, in the sense Dale Steyn doing a lot of speaking to Ajinkya Rahane. Ajinkya Rahane plugged on, and he was the one who was the saving face for India to actually finish at 334 all out. With Ajinkya Rahane once again showing a lot of determination and impressed everybody by scoring an unbeaten 51 with 8 fours. He got into a good partnership with Mahendra Singh Dhoni, whereby they added some valuable runs, in fact some quick runs, but after tea, Steyn came in and smoked the Indian batsman out. by absolutely cleaning the tail. First he got Dhoni to nick outside the off stump, Smith in the slip, splitting the catch. He was gone for 24 with 3 boundaries. And then it was a familiar story. Zahir Khan was out for a blob, caught behind of Steen. Ishan Sharma was caught behind of Steen for 4. And Mohammad Shami, Scott Smith bowled Morkel for 1. Thus the Indian innings ended at 334. And let me tell you, at the score of 199, in fact from India 181 for 1 overnight, we lost Pujara with the score on 198 for 2. That was Dale Steyn once again. Murli Vijay was gone. Murli Vijay was also gone to Dale Steyn. That became 199 for 3, and then it was 199 for 4. Then a brief resurrection by the Kohli and Dhoni along with Ajinkya Rahane, but that was it. After that, it was pretty quick work by Dale Steyn, who smoked out all the Indian batsmen, and India were all out for 334. As far as South Africa were concerned, towards close of play, well, the openers had done a good job. Graham Smith, I don't think the Indian bowling was looking impressive today. Zahir Khan couldn't bowl a good line. He was, he was perfectly dealt with by Graham Smith and the other opening batsman, Elroy Peterson. Ishan Sharma, I thought, in certain cases, he definitely tested the batsman outside the off stump. 6 overs, 2 maidens, none for 18. Mohammad Shami, 5 overs, none for 23. I'll be talking about Ravindra Jadeja. Ravindra Jadeja definitely showed signs of turn. There is some bite in the pitch, and Ravindra Jadeja could extract some turn, and so that is good news for India. And I wouldn't be surprised tomorrow with South Africa's score reading 82 for no loss, with Graham Smith not out on 35 with 5 boundaries, Elroy Peterson not out on 46 with 7 fours. 20 overs have been bowled. Probably we might see, probably because of the dew, I'm sure Mahendra Singh Dhoni tomorrow might not really waste a lot of time in bringing Ravindra Jadeja into the picture, because he has definitely, we have definitely seen some signs of turn on the second day here at Kingsmead in Durban, and I'm sure Jadeja will be licking his fingers here to come and have a bowl at the South Africans, because we definitely saw some turn at the end of the day. So Ravindra Jadeja, I think the only thing is probably with the morning dew in the pitch, it will be Zahir Khan, Mohammad Shami, Ishan Sharma, but Ravindra Jadeja, I'm sure Mahendra Singh Dhoni will be thinking of bringing him as early as possible into the attack. So that's a sign of encouragement for India with Ravindra Jadeja turning the ball. So that is as far as South Africa concerned. They're 82 for no loss, so they are perfectly placed. So that's a perfect repose to India's 334 all out, I suppose. Well, so as I said, there is some turn, but again, one has to wait and watch how things go. South Africa have a very strong batting lineup, and whether the Indian bowlers can make very quick inroads tomorrow morning, that's the key. Okay, let's look into the other match now. As I said, this was the final match which was being played between between Sri Lanka and Pakistan. That was the 5th and final one-day international which was played at Abu Dhabi. Pakistan were the ones who actually scored 232. In fact, this was the first time that the Sri Lankan bowlers really did their job. They did a wonderful job. In fact, for the first time in this one-day series, we thought that the Sri Lankan bowlers were absolutely on the money. They bowled in the right areas. They throttled the Pakistani batting, and Pakistan could muster only 232. Looking at the bowling figures, now one thing that has been a question mark is Lasith Malinga's bowling, but today, even though he continued to leak runs, he gave away 57 runs, but the good thing for Sri Lanka on Malinga was that he took 4 wickets today. In fact, he also provided he didn't provide the breakthrough, but he took 4 wickets for 57. Angelo Matthews, the Sri Lankan captain, bowled very, very economically at the top. 10 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 26, pretty economical. Lakmal, 3 for 42 for him. Senanaik, 1 for 44. Ajanta Mendis was inducted today. 10 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 42. In fact, his bowling, he took only 1 for 42, but his inclusion really would have been got very valuable when Ajanta Mendis actually hit that 6 of Umar to really settle matters, make the Sri Lankan task very easy to have a victory by 2 wickets. Dilshan, 2 overs, no maiden, none for 11. Like as far as Pakistan were concerned today, it was Shahjeel Khan who was fooled by a slower delivery from Malinga. He was caught and bowled Malinga for 18 of 35 balls with 2 fours. Ahmed Shehzad contributed 17 of 16 balls, 2 fours and 1 6. Hafiz once again showing his batting prowess, his batting form in the series, and he was named man of the series today, which was absolutely essential and absolutely correct. Mohammad Hafiz making 3 centuries in this one-day international series, going on to a proud record which was shared. I mean, he shares the record with Zahir Abbas now. So Mohammad Hafiz today also looked good, but after making 41 of 56 balls with 2 fours, was clean bowled by Matthews when a slower delivery foxed him and he was gone. Maqsood disappointed, he was gone for 7, and then it was Misbah-ul-Haq, who, as you know, is the highest scorer as far as runs are concerned in 2013, made yet another 50, contributing 51 with 2 fours and 1 6, and Umar Akmal making 20. But suddenly there was a sort of a stutter in the Pakistan camp after Misbah-ul-Haq left at 169, when wickets started falling pretty quickly with Umar Akmal, Abdur Rahman, Umar Gul all gone, and suddenly the Pakistan scored at 194 for 8. And then it required the services of Anwar Ali. Anwar Ali, as you know, had substituted, in the sense Shahid Afridi has flown home, so he was replaced by Anwar Ali, and Anwar Ali showed his batting prowess today by not slamming, in fact he stayed there and he saw to it that Pakistan would use the full quota of 50 overs. In fact, he was there all the way. In fact, he contributed an unbeaten 41 of 38 balls with 2 fours and 1 6. In fact, he played sedately till such time, and when during the closing overs, he slammed Malinga for 2 boundaries, and he also hit 1 6. And his total contribution was an unbeaten 41 of 38 balls with 2 fours and 1 6, and that was what enabled Pakistan to finish with a respectable 232 all out. Now let's look at Sri Lanka. As far as Sri Lanka were concerned, they got a very strong start especially from Kushal Perera along with Dilshan, but Kushal Perera was going absolutely berserk. He started slamming sixes of the bowling of Umar Gul and Anwar Ali, and then the spinners were also not spared. In fact, Kushal Perera really played a real blinder, 47 of 41 balls, 3 fours and 4 sixes, combining into a partnership with Tilakatne Dilshan, who was the more, I would say, more sedate than Perera. And well, Perera was the one who actually gave the real thrust, in the sense he really started giving the impetus to the innings right from the beginning by slamming 47 and with 41 balls with 3 fours and 4 sixes. 4 sixes in that knock of his 47. Dilshan contributed 45 of 69 balls with 4 fours. Kumar Sangakkara trying to flick Junaid Khan, missed it, and he was clean bowled. Chandimal stayed there till the end. In fact, as I said, once Sangakkara was gone, the score was 129 for 3. Ashan Priyanjan, who made his debut the last match and impressed everybody, the highest score made by a ODI player on debut for Sri Lanka, today disappointed as he tried to glide Umar Gul through the third man area. Umar Akmal, the wicketkeeper, taking the catch. He was gone for 1. Angelo Matthews was caught by Umar Akmal of the bowling of Anwar Ali for 8. And Vitanage was bowled by Ajmal for 14. And suddenly, as I said, the wickets, if you look at the Sri Lankan innings, the first 4, it was going pretty strong. But after that, Chandimal was there. But the good thing for Sri Lanka was that Chandimal was there through the end to take them to victory. And when Malinga was out, when the score was 195 in the 46th over, Pakistan would have definitely fancied that they are going to win this one-day series 4-1. But look at what Ajanta Mendis did in that over of Umar Gul, when it was all over for, almost everything was looking pretty bleak, when only 18 runs were required of 12 balls. Ajanta the first ball that Umar Gul bowled was hit for a 6 by it was Dinesh Chandimal. And as far as Dinesh Chandimal was there, it was always on the cards, because Dinesh Chandimal is such a talented player. He's a fearless cricketer. He likes to go over the top. He can get those big strokes going, and that's what he precisely did. In fact, the very first ball that Umar Gul bowled in the 49th over was dispatched for a 6. In fact, it was dispatched for a. It was actually I think it was the 48th over, if I'm not wrong. No, it was the 49th over, in which it was Umar Gul who was the bowler, and 18 runs were required for Sri Lanka of 12 deliveries. and the first ball that Dinesh Chandimal faced of Umar disappeared over the fence for a 6. So that was a perfect start. After that, there was a single taken, and then we had Ajanta Mendis on strike, and what a stroke! As I said, it would have made any top order batsman proud. I mean, to hit a 6 off the bowling of Umar, a short delivery, Ajanta Mendis giving himself room outside the leg stump and hitting it over extra cover for a stupendous 6. I mean, if you see that stroke, you would definitely follow what I'm talking about, because there was such a good follow through as he went in and really picked the line beautifully and slammed it over extra cover for a stupendous 6. And so that was that. 13 runs are already taken, and then the equation became pretty easy for Sri Lanka, and Dinesh Chandimal was absolutely delighted when Ajanta Mendis actually put that for a wonderful 6 over extra cover. Finally, Anwar Ali was the bowler, the 50th over. Well, the first ball he bowled well, but then in the 4th ball of the 50th over, Sri Lanka had taken victory with Ajanta Mendis hitting Anwar Ali for a boundary, and that was it. And Ajanta Mendis, according to me, was the man who really changed this match and got Sri Lanka victory, because he was not out on 19 or 14 balls with 2 fours and that one stupendous 6 of the bowling of Umar. But let us also thank Dinesh Chandimal. After a long time, this 50 has been eluding him for many innings, and finally Chandimal's 50 came, and what a right time to come. Even though Sri Lanka lost the series 3-2, it was a very closely contested series. Chandimal, the vice captain, not out on 64 with 70 balls with 1 4 and 1 6, and Pakistan winning the series 3-2. Man of the match going to Dinesh Chandimal of Sri Lanka. Man of the series going to Mohammad Hafiz of Pakistan. Let's look at the bowling figures. Umar 7.5 overs, no maiden, 44 runs and 1 wicket. He got a real clatter from Ajanta Mendis. Anwar Ali 5.4 overs, no maiden, 1 for 36. Hafiz 9 overs, 1 for 36. Junaid Khan bowled well, 3 for 31. Saeed Ajmal, good as ever, 10 overs, no maiden, 2 for 43. And Abdur Rahman, who played in this match, was very impressive with bowling 10 overs for 38 runs. And that was it. And Sri Lanka actually winning this fifth final one-day international, but Pakistan taking the series 3-2. Well, dear fans and subscribers, I think I have almost gone 28 minutes on this YouTube broadcast just to cover all those 3 matches. Hope you all enjoyed it, dear fans and subscribers. That's it from me, your host Ram, for the cricket show for today. See you all tomorrow. Until then, it's goodbye. Thank you.